Hi there, guys. This is Keep It Real Blabs. You can tell by my name. We like to blab a lot. We like to talkish, and we usually look up liars because it's a lot of fun. So this is the second vintage react that I'm going to be recording. You're going to be seeing this outfit. If you haven't seen it before, it's here again. I'm sorry. So I'm pulling an Amber. Oh wait, no, I'm not because I didn't change. I remember this one. Stop telling me who I am. She recorded this one when she was binging her freaking eyes out. That didn't make sense, but whatever. She was binging like crazy because I think it was Mother's Day. Beck had gone to see their mom, and she was just here freaking crying to herself, feeling sorry for herself, and eating all her feelings away, and then saying, see if I feel better. And then she takes a bite of her spaghetti or what pasta, whatever, and she's like, yeah, I do feel better. Freaking sad, freaking fuck. Anyway, I remember she changed into this outfit, still freaking looking dirty, still looking greasy. Yeah, and yeah, let's get into it. Let's see how it goes. If it's not fun or anything, then I probably won't upload it. But if you've seen it, obviously, all right.
So I hate to comment on my appearance in this sort of video because this
Don't
video
worry, we will do that for you. You look horrible.
is serious in my opinion. It's just something that needs to be said. But
I mean, it's serious for you, it's comedy for us. So let's keep it right. Let's keep it whatever. Let's not lie.
See myself through the camera, obviously.
Yeah, she's always constantly freaking eye fucking herself. Look at her. She's eye fucking herself, and she's like, you got a girl? I'll treat you good, mommy.
And I look.
You look like shit.
Wild.
Come on.
I feel like with this outfit, if I had makeup on, it would definitely make it complete.
No, you would still look like shit.
On real quick so I could
you would just look like shit with makeup.
It's important, and I feel like it needs to be said. And I know a lot of people comment on.
Let's go.
So this
Jiminy Christmas, don't care. Majority that freaking Apple Watch is freaking holding on to fucking dear life.
Warm ones, and then these are usually also from like a dog or a cat or something.
Yeah, because they hate you.
But mosquitoes also love my blood type. So every time that I get any sort of
maple syrup shit
on me, I will itch and itch and itch it, and then
scratch. Yeah,
it has a scab. I will repeatedly pick it over and over and over.
Is that a regional thing? Saying itch, I itch something instead of saying scratched? Because something itches, you scratch something that itches. That doesn't make sense.
I can't control it half the time, so then it takes forever to heal because I won't let it heal because I'll continuously pick the scab, which makes it.
I think that's your freaking diabetes because you are like there. I don't understand how you don't have it. I think you probably do. Or I don't know. I think we would know if she did.
Bigger, bigger, bigger. Infected, worse, worse, worse.
Because I think if she did have diabetes, she would go into a diabetic coma like almost instantly.
And then I get a scar.
All right, come on. I thought you said this was serious.
I hate that part of me, but I just.
That's the only part you hate about yourself? I can give you a whole list.
To mention that, I guess it's one of those things. Mention it before someone else does, because I can already see the comments. But yeah, what this video is binge eating.
And then remember, she goes on to then say that she never had binge eating disorder, that she doesn't eat copious amounts of food, like more than what was it? She looked at the definition. It was like 3 or 4 more times more than what she usually would, but she doesn't freaking realize that her normal serving is like the amount for like a fucking full-grown elephant. So yeah, you would not be able to tell if you're binging or not when you freaking eat so much on a regular basis.
I kind of want to talk about a few times when I was younger when I noticed that
I was
eating more than I
hate when she talks about her childhood.
That I shouldn't be doing, that just didn't seem right. And I want to talk about the fact that people don't think that I binge because I plan it. I don't. Yeah,
yes, Amber. You freaking make an appointment with yourself saying, yes, I'm gonna be binging tonight. That freaking makes absolutely no fucking sense. You're so stupid. God damn it.
That's where there's some confusion. So I do want to start off with a few instances when I was younger. So first one is, this is when it was like pivotal, where it really started getting bad. When I was about 9-10 years old, I was in an all-girls group home, and all of our meals were planned. All of our snacks were planned. We didn't get to choose when we ate. We didn't get to choose what to eat. It was all just planned for us.
And that's how it usually is, Amber. Usually, when you're a child, your parents, since you weren't with your parents, they would have to do it. But usually, your parents tell you what it is that you're gonna eat and when you're gonna eat. When it's breakfast, lunchtime, snack time, blah blah. It's not anything freaking crazy or out of this world.
I remember there were times where if there were no one in the kitchen and everyone was busy doing something like
Being a
snack
fat
for the
ass.
girls that I was living with, I would steal little like granola bars or fruit roll-ups. Like it didn't matter, something quick and easy and ready to just stick in my pocket or stick in a bag I was carrying. And there were 3 bathrooms in the group home, and one of the bathrooms had this little cabinet where you could lift up the bottom of it, and there was like this hole, this like empty space where I would hide the wrappers at. So I would steal the food.
Freaking hiding things as if they're drugs, man. Freaking crazy.
I would go to the bathroom, I would eat it, and I would devour it really fast, and then I would hide the wrappers.
Yeah, I mean, you do that now. You absolutely do that now. It's just that you leave all the evidence all over the place now.
I remember also,
And you let you make your girlfriend pick it up for you. You have not changed.
I guess this is.
It's so funny. That's why, like, I really hate when she talks about stuff in the past sense, like back then, in the past sense, like from her childhood. Because yes, I can feel sorry for little Amber, but then realizing that this is who she grew up to be, I don't care anymore. I do not care. And the thing is that she over. Now, I was gonna use the word conflate, but I use it so many times. But she does about freaking absolutely everything, and you can't feel sorry for her anymore. When if you tell her that she's lying, then she'll go on and say that it's because of BPD causes her memory loss. And it's like, I don't care. You're horrible.
When it really started, my binge eating. I did Girl Scouts.
And no, you were not binge eating back then. I don't think she was binge eating back then. She was just a fucking fat ass, and she had to, people had to be stricter with her, and they were not. So she needed a lot more discipline. And when you don't discipline kids, or like not discipline like like hitting or anything, that's not discipline. That's just abuse. When you don't give children, structure and discipline, they grow up to be freaking idiots like this. Not all of them come out, become like the size of like freaking 5 people, but they do come, different issues, whether they can't support themselves, or they make excuses for everything, or everything is everybody else's how you call it fault, never their fault. It's like all these people just freaking go away. Stop being a fucking victim.
And how Girl Scouts was back then was you would have
thing is, we all have our freaking problems. But if everybody went around just saying I can't do this because of this or this or that, nothing will fucking get done. So at some point you just gotta say, you know what, I need to shut up and I need to freaking do what needs to be done.
Order the cookies or whatever it was that they were ordering, and you wouldn't give it to them then. You would have to put in the order, then you receive the cookies, then you give it to the person.
Yeah, I remember this.
I remember this like it was yesterday.
I'm sure. Because it was food related, that's why.
It was peanut brittle. It was a pretty big thing of peanut brittle. And I remember I was not wanting to, I think it was a teacher actually who I was supposed to give it to. I was not wanting to give it to them. I was like making excuses. I was a good Girl Scout, okay?
You just explained why you were not a good Girl Scout girl, Amber. Come on. The freaking hell. I hate when she does that. It's like, oh no, I was good at this, I was good at that, but then she explains all the reasons why she wasn't.
A lot of cookies. I gave all the cookies to them. So I'm just saying this was one instance where I'm like, whoa, I look at it.
Well, that teacher missed out on a good teaching moment. Really did.
It's like, yikes. So, long story short, I did not.
You're gonna be freaking mowing my lawn then to make up for that money.
The brittle to the teacher. She never asked about it or anything, which I thought was really weird.
I'm pretty sure they probably said something to the adults, and the adults probably just never said something to you. I'm pretty sure something was said at some point. But yeah, making your little chubby ass do some work.
Though was one day
I was a chubby kid too. I don't. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I was picked on, but freaking who fucking doesn't get picked on?
Supposed to be showering, but what I did was I turned the shower on. I closed the door so the staff thought I was showering.
Plus, I had brothers, and my brothers were the type that if I'm not picking, like I'm the only one that can pick on. So it was like they were just like getting in anybody's face that we're trying to like do something or say something when they were there.
But I was actually in my room in the closet hiding eating the whole thing of peanut
Oh
brittle. I'll
gosh.
be honest, peanut brittle's okay. It's not even that great. And as a 10-year-old to eat that much peanut brittle in one time, yeah. So that's how I noticed.
That just means you're a freaking fat ass, a glutton. You were already a glutton. That we're not having any big surprises or discoveries here. Yeah, you were a very troubled kid. You should have gotten a lot more help than you did. I don't know if you did get any help, but I don't know, you have such a freaking difficult personality that I don't even think anything would have taken anyway. I'm sure she had to have had, therapy, all this stuff, but the type of personality that she has is just so freaking arrogant and just so I'm always right, that I'm sure she was like that when she was a kid too. Some people are just freaking horrible from the start.
That the binging was starting, I always waited till I was alone by myself, but it's like I knew I was going to do it. And that's where I kind of want to talk to you guys about planned binging. So,
Someone's shuffling stuff back there, right? I keep thinking it's like behind me, but I think it's in the
I
kitchen.
do have a lot of stories about instances where I have binged so bad to literally sickness, and I still continue to binge. Maybe I could share this in
Yeah,
a future
Amber, you're probably doing
video. I
that right
just really
now.
wanted this video to be focused on the first time I noticed I had a problem, and now
It's
plant binges.
12:09 a.m. I'm pretty sure right now Amber is over there just stuffing her freaking
A
face.
lot of people think that you cannot plan a binge. That is false information. I'm sorry.
Just because you freaking do that does not mean that you have binge eating disorder, and that just means that you love to plan your shit out. That that proves absolutely nothing, Amber. It proves nothing. If it's coming out of your mouth, I will automatically say no, you're incorrect.
Sorry, but you cannot tell someone that they're not binging versus if they are binging. You guys do not.
You wouldn't know the fucking difference. That's the thing, Amber. The thing is that Amber would not be able to tell the difference between what's binging or not, because all her life she's programmed herself to think that if she goes a couple of hours without eating, she will fucking fade away into the wind. Um, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what fucking normal is.
Not know me. You guys do
Puppy,
not see
you okay,
how I am.
Mister?
You guys do not see
What
me
you
when I
doing?
am binging. You guys don't know my thought process. You
I don't
don't
want
know
it. No, I don't
anything
want to
regarding
see it.
that. I try my hardest to share certain parts of it, but you guys don't know everything.
I'm
And
glad.
there are a lot of people who watch me who
I'm
do
so glad I didn't have to know about Beck having to clean your ass at this point.
binge. There are a lot of people who watch me who have different types of eating disorders that are the opposite of mine, but we relate to each other. I have met so many wonderful people via personal messages like
Yeah, that's the difference, Amber. They're good people. You're not. So if you want people to relate to you, we can't. Because we can't relate to monsters.
messages. I don't know why I said personal. What the heck am I talking about? Private messages on Instagram, which is the main
Like I love Supernatural, the show. This is something that would just get shot down.
source where I've met
I can't say that, right? Oh.
these people, where you guys open up to me about your disorders and
If you guys are still doing this, please don't do that. Don't freaking open up to a narcissist. Don't fucking do that. That's very sick.
relate to me. There are people who binge.
And if you relate to Amber, I understand you can see little bits and pieces, but if you can see yourself in the way that Amber is, you really need to fucking check yourself and see what the fuck is going on with you, because you need fucking help.
Who restrict really bad, but I'm going to be talking about binging and how there are so many of you who relate to me in the sense of you also.
Okay, I'm gonna just
there is another
fast forward
YouTuber
this
that
a
I
little bit.
adore who is a weight loss channel that I'm not going to be mentioning any names because I'm kind of done doing that.
I'm sure it was Cherry Berry.
They have successfully, I wouldn't say beat their binge eating disorder, but they have conquered it in a way that I wish I could. And they talk a lot about how a lot of their binges were planned. So when I binge, I like to do it alone or near Becky. And it wasn't like that in the beginning, I could tell you that much. I didn't like to be around anybody. But since I've grown older,
Sorry.
I always do it around my girlfriend once I get comfortable around them. And I know it's like,
gross. I bet Emily loved that. Yeah. That's the one that got away now.
It's not comfortable. How do I explain this? Like, I'm comfortable around my partner doing that, but it's also very uncomfortable. Like, I feel ashamed and stuff like that. And since I prefer to do it alone and I prefer to do it in my bedroom.
But you never felt ashamed enough to just stop, to get some help, to actually do anything about it.
I don't think I've ever binged in the living room. I've never binged in the dining room. I've never binged in the den. It's always my room. It's always in the same spot, and I'm always doing the same exact thing. I am binging super hard while watching a TV show, YouTube, doesn't even matter. And it's a fast-paced binge. I eat
I
really
can
fast.
just like see her, like just on her bed. Probably like the lights are low, like the only light is coming from the laptop, and all you hear is sorry, I know that probably sounded really disgusting, but just like the freaking heavy breathing and the just the munching and the heavy breathing and the munching. Oh my god, that is such a nightmare.
Fast, large quantities of food. Sometimes I don't even realize how much I've ate till it's gone, until I see the wrappers and things like that. And subconsciously, a lot of people binge in private. And if people did not binge
Where the fuck do you get that from? Subconsciously, a lot of people binge in private. You mean overeat a little bit? That's not binging.
in private, if they just binged whenever they felt like binging, then they would be binging in front of friends, in front of family, wherever they want to binge, they'd just be binging.
Shut up,
I've never
Amber.
binged in a restaurant, never binged at a friend's house, ever. It's always been my room. That's been how it's been for the last.
It's like the amount of food that she eats. Of course, she doesn't know that it's binging. It's not binging. It's just her eating. That's just her eating. But the fact is that she is putting down thousands of calories at a time, and she thinks it's, or normal and fine when it's not. Just because you don't call it binging doesn't mean that it's not fucking ridiculous. You're still doing something freaking most people don't do in front of everybody. And it doesn't, like, your freaking mind is so fucking skewed. You don't know what's right and what's wrong. You don't know what's okay and what's an okay amount, whether be a little bit too much. Like, she freaking really needs to see like a can of like a garbage can full of rice and be like, oh no, that's probably too much. Like, what the hell? A platter of rice for her is fine.
Last 10 years, it's always in my room. And obviously, to create that plan, I have to be sitting there in the middle of the day or right before I'm about to go to a grocery store, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy all the foods I'm gonna be binging on
Gross,
tonight.
Amber.
So subconsciously, people are planning their binges because they do
You're
it wrong.
gross, Amber.
And don't get me wrong, I want to say about 60.
And most people go and they get their food, they get what they think they're gonna want later on. But you write these, you make all these meals or everything, you write it down and you make sure that you get everything, or not you make your girlfriend, which is fucking worse, to get your shit. So don't please don't talk to us as if we're fucking stupid. You don't freaking you yourself said you don't have binge eating disorder. You're just a fucking fat ass, all right? That's just you. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's okay to fucking accept it, and then maybe you can move on
50% of the time, it is
and
not
do
there.
something about it.
With a full force that you cannot control it, but you also
I
can't
hate
control
when
it
she's
mentally.
always like, oh, it doesn't work that way. You fucking wouldn't know.
Once you have your mindset on that binge, you are ready for the high. And I think that's where
God
it's
damn.
also hard for
That
me to
fucking
explain
wish
because
that
it's
she
not
was
only do I
loud.
binge eat, but I'm also a food addict. And by being a food addict, I want that high. I'm addicted to what food makes me feel like. I'm addicted to how it makes me numb, but it makes me feel good while I'm eating it. And I think that's another reason why planned binges, also, there's a fine line between, am I just planning for my next high versus am I planning for my next binge? For me, because I've been in my body for almost 30 years, I've been struggling with this for my whole freaking life.
Yeah, too bad you make others around you fucking struggle. That's the problem. You don't just let other people live and you deal with your issues. You make it everyone's issue. And that's the fucking problem, Amber.
It's just when I was 10, I finally realized something
I
wasn't
should
right
stop
because
yelling.
I didn't know of anyone else sneaking food, eating so much food that I couldn't breathe after eating it, and I was having stomach pains. But still, for some reason, I just kept eating and eating and eating. And
I'm so freaking sure that other people, like other kids, had to suffer because of this. Like, this freaking big bitch is fucking eating everything. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Like, just eating everything, and then all these other poor kids that like are left with less food.
not stop. I keep losing my train
How
of
many
thought because
freaking, like, that must be like the best way to lose weight. Just be around Amber. She'll fucking eat everything. You won't have anything to eat.
that's what happens when I ramble. I feel like there's never any structure to these types of videos because I just feel like I go on and on and
Well,
on.
you know what, Amber, since you like to plan shit, you love to plan your binges. Why don't you plan what it is that you want to talk about, since this is your fucking job?
But sometimes that's just how I kind of get my point across and express like my true
Yeah, and you
feelings on
sound
the subject
stupid
and
all the
kind
time.
of like what I went through and what I am going through. I think one of the most satisfying feelings for me during a planned binge is anticipating the binge. Like back before, the virus started happening, when I was at a grocery store and I was choosing what I was going to
And it's
binge
just
on.
so funny. She always acted as if the coronavirus just freaking upended her life. Nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. Nothing. Yeah, it was always like, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. She was living the same freaking lifestyle. Probably even happier because she knew that no one else can go and do things either.
That was such a fun and wonderful feeling to me, and I was so excited to just stuff my face silly later, because when I say that I feel possessed when I binge, it is a whole stride of things. And
No, no,
once
we're not
I'm at
doing
the
that.
store and I'm planning that binge, that's when the possession has started. It's not
No,
just
we're not fucking acting as if a freaking demon came into your freaking into your body and just make you do things. Get some freaking self-control. If you can't gain your self-control, get help for it. If not, I don't want to hear it. Absolutely do not want to hear it at all.
this like, so, I mean, sometimes it is, okay? But this video
I
strictly
freaking
is
hate
trying
that
to
little
talk about the plan
smirk.
binges. Because if I wasn't, yes, sometimes it is a very quick bam, you want to binge and you will do anything you
Fucking don't
can
do
for it to
anything
happen,
quick.
and it's like you can't control it. But for a plan binge, sometimes it's not just this quick thing that
Mm-hmm.
you have when it's unplanned. Sometimes it's like you're in the store and you're like, I'm gonna eat that whole thing of Dove chocolate. I'm gonna
You
eat
know
that
what? And
whole
the thing is, I get the whole addiction thing. I had my issues with, drinking, but I still cannot relate to her. I cannot relate to the all this lying, all this making it seem like something that it's not. It's an addiction. You're not in any way special, and you are just like everybody else that has addiction issues. And she just wants to be seen as someone special, and she's just not. She's just especially awful.
whole Ben and Jerry's. I'm gonna get those hot Cheetos. I'm gonna get those frozen burritos. I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat every single one of those things. That is a planned binge, and a lot of people do that. And the only reason why I know this, and I'm not trying to speak for other people, is because I talk to you guys. We are a community, and I am so freaking glad that I
You
have
don't
been
have a community. Shut up.
up about this, which I would talk about this years ago, because I have met so many people who relate and understand. I have met people who have healed and they've gone to treatment and they have talked to me about it. I've met people who literally share the same
Yeah,
story as
yeah.
I do. I have met
Why
people
don't you get inspired by that? Pick up some good things to do. Pick up some good habits. But no, it's just guys. And this is why I would never be able to lose weight. Because it's not my fault. I'm possessed. It's not my fault. I have to do these things. It's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault. It's not my fault. It's my childhood.
who just started binge eating. I have met so many types of people, no, not in person, but online. And
Of
I was
course, not
forever
in
grateful for you
person.
guys, because if it wasn't for you guys,
You would have to fucking go outside to meet people in person.
I would feel crazy. I would feel absolutely
You
crazy, because
already are
I see
crazy.
all
You
these
are
comments.
absolutely nuts.
You're not a binge eater. You're such a liar. You're
You
plan
are a
binges.
liar.
These are people who don't know their information fully, and I understand that.
Oh God,
But by
Amber.
seeing those comments, it's like people
You're
start
so
to make me
thick.
question, who
You're
am I as a
thick
person?
skulled.
Do I know what I'm talking about?
No.
Duh, of course I do, because this is my story.
You are an idiot. And you just love to use this as excuses. Fucking shit.
This is my journey, and I know exactly
Yeah,
how it
you're
feels.
not. Your journey is going nowhere. What is your journey about, honestly? Your journey is nothing. It's just because you call something a journey does not mean that you are actually doing something. You're not. You're just freaking digging your grave even faster. And this,
Feels to
you
be
just
not in control of your body when you are binging.
no. Oh
My binges
God,
are painful.
dude, she
They
fucking
are
acts as if she's having a seizure that she can't control. Get the fuck out of here.
not cute. I
No, you're
literally
not
have different
cute.
types of binges. Sometimes my binges are
And
where
your
I will eat
attitude is
until
so
I'm
much is
sick,
worse.
and I'll still keep eating.
God,
There are
you're
times where I
disgusting.
binge where for some reason I can't get full. That fullness will not happen, and I just keep
Oh
eating and
no.
eating and
Of
eating.
course, your stomach is so freaking stretched out. It's like a rubber band that you freaking play with, and it's just that's you.
Eating
That's your
until I try
stomach.
to reach that. And when I binge, I know the difference between binging versus overeating, because I'm a food addict. Or
No,
binging
you
versus
do not
overeating.
know the difference. That's what I'm trying to tell her. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You do not know the difference because you don't know what a regular normal amount of food is. You don't know the difference between any of it. Just shut up.
Large
And
quantities.
then later on she goes on and says, I'm not a binge eater. But she's not a liar,
Because I'm a
man.
food addict. Because when I binge, I eat
Yeah, that's
faster,
what you are.
I get sick, I am not there, and I'm not thinking clearly.
Absolutely, you are a food addict and you definitely need help for that. Binge eating, no, you're just a fucking food addict.
Those are my binges. Afterwards, I feel guilt. I feel disgusting, and it's so.
Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think she's actually a binge eater? I I could be wrong, but this is what I think. That's my opinion.
Much more food versus my overeating aspect. And while I'm eating, both of those things feel differently. binging versus overeating versus overindulgence. Those are all different because I
Freaking
do all
whole
of these
life
things.
is
And
overindulgence. Her whole
I will always
life.
overeat. I'll forever overeat. What
That's
I'm trying to
great.
conquer is the binging, and it's hard and it's scary, and I feel out of control.
So she's okay with eating big platters, but just not what an extra 2,000 calories on top of that. So she's okay with like 5,000, but 6, 7, like 7 or 8, it's probably too much. Get the fuck out
A
of
lot
here.
of the time.
And you know that's how she thinks. She thinks that whatever she's eating, like her normal days, are if anyone ate like that, they will fucking blow the fuck up. But to her, it's just I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good.
It's just like it's a mess because the mixture of like being a food addict with it, I think that's what really just gets me because it's like it's almost like the food addict in me also loves the high of the binge. You know, it's twisted. It is so twisted, and
Yes, you
I
are
hate myself
twisted.
for it. But I have to
You should
realize
hate yourself
that
a
it's
lot
not my
more.
fault, and I need
It
everyone
is your
who's watching
fault.
me who has an eating disorder, no matter what type.
No,
It is not
shut
your
up.
fault.
Don't try to make it seem like you're here with us. You're not. Anybody that has issues, do not think that Amber is in any way like you. Please. No.
Let anyone ever invalidate you. Ever.
Shut up.
Because you know
A lot of things that you say should be invalidated because it's freaking stupid.
Going through. You are the only one who knows. No one else. Okay? And I know sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is that when other people have their truth, you try to negate that and invalidate their feelings. So what the hell does that say about you, though? It's just like it only applies to you, I guess. All these rules just apply to you. Yeah, get out of here, fucking idiot.
And people don't take you seriously. I completely understand that too.
Amber, no shit. No one can
do not
take you seriously
understand
because
eating
you're
disorders
stupid.
will not understand eating
You're
disorders.
such a
They
clown.
just won't get it. And I also want to say that there could be 3 binge eaters in a room and y'all could binge eat differently. Y'all could feel differently while doing it. Everyone has a different story. Not everyone is going to be completely the same, but I think that's what's what I'm grateful for is that there are people I have met from having such a huge audience that are similar to me, but there are also people who have completely different stories to me, but we're able to bond through that because we know how each other feels.
If you're out here trying to bond with her, get help. Don't do that.
Of being not in control, and it's terrifying. It is terrifying.
Like, yeah, it's terrifying to be around you. I do understand that.
You can control it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can get some help if anything.
Really don't.
If anything, you can absolutely get some help, but you choose not to, right? So that means you're deciding not to. You're deciding, no, I think I want to stay like this.
You can't control it. Sometimes you cannot control it. And it's not because I'm fat. It's not because I love food. Because more than anything,
it's because you're Amber.
More than I love food. This isn't about the taste of food. Duh, a lot of it tastes good, but it's not about that. It's so much
no, the way she freaking eats is just, she just throws that shit to the back of her throat and swallows. If she could do that, she fucking, I'm surprised she hasn't started blending her food in a blender, because she would probably just chug that like a freaking milkshake.
And it's so much more than you guys could ever.
I wonder if Emily was trying to do that, get the little siphons and shit, and just like put the ice cream in there and shit.
Even comprehend unless you struggle with it. I know I'll continue to have people say you don't have a binge eating disorder.
Amber, we don't care about you. That's the problem.
I do it, and you're not in my head when I do it. You're not there afterwards when I cry.
Thank God we're not in your head, because that's a freaking disgusting, dirty place to be. Yeah. Fuck you, Amber.
You're not there during it when I look like an actual pig. So
yes, you look like one now.
Saying for me, I feel like a disgusting pig when I do it.
You are.
That's me and myself. It's kind of like one of those situations where your skinny friend is like, "Oh my God, I'm so fat," but then you look at them and you're like, "No, you're not. So what do you think of me then?" A lot of the times,
bitch, it's not about you though. That's what I hate about her. It's like when other people say something about themselves, she can't just let that person have their moment. Just be like, you know, I get it. It's fine. Or whatever. Just be a pal and just be like, well, you know, those things that you think they're not true. But it's all about, what do you think about me then? It's like, bitch, I'm not thinking about you. That's what I'm saying.
You are your own worst enemy, and my skinny friend who thinks they're fat, they don't look at me like I'm a fat person. They look at me as Amberlynn.
No. Anyone that's your friend will see how you are and just be like, this is just ridiculous. If you're my friend, I would absolutely say, where you're going is to the grave, and we either need to fix this, get some help or something, or we just can't. Well, I was gonna say hang out, but she doesn't hang out, right? We just can't be friends anymore, because talking to you just makes me feel depressed. And you know, she's those speaking sad sacks that every time you talk to her, she's going through something.
It's like everyone is their own worst enemy. I don't look at other people.
Yeah, and you just happen to be everybody else's worst enemy as well.
Fat pigs. I look at me like that because I am my own worst enemy.
You are a
I'm sure
pig,
can
though.
relate to that.
You are.
It's just like you could have too big of a nose and you hate yourself for it, but then you look at someone else, they have a big nose, but you don't look at them for their big nose. You look at them and you think they're beautiful. You know, it's just like sometimes you can never just be fully happy with who you are, and you're always
Amber, you shouldn't be happy with how you are.
Critiquing yourself, and that's a whole other subject for a completely different day, you guys. But I just wanted to explain that more, and I feel like I'm gonna forget a lot of what I really truly want to say in this video, but I just wanted to get that out. People need to stop telling me, you have this, you don't have that, you have this, but you do have that. That's not up for you. That's not up to you. You don't have my blood work. You don't see me in real life.
Amber, when you put your life online, you open yourself to everybody else's opinion. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. You don't have you don't get to control who watches your stuff and how they feel about it. So hope that helps you.
You don't know anything. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's not up to you. You're not my doctor, you're not my therapist, you're not my psychiatrist.
No, because you have none of those anyways. You don't have a doctor, nor a therapist, nor anything. So shut up.
You're not my nurse, you're not my dentist.
You don't have any of those either.
You just watch me, and you watch.
You barely have friends.
And I don't show you everything. So anyways, I am going to end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and maybe understand just a little bit better, but I feel like you don't, because this was mainly me rambling. But anyways, I'll see you
No,
guys
it's because you suck,
Bye.
Amber. You're a liar, you suck. So anyway, I'm going to give myself a little bit to think to see if I actually want to upload this. Yeah. I'm a relax a bit. Probably watch it over. Probably won't. I can't stand watching myself. So I'll think about it, see if I want to post it. If I obviously you would know if I posted it or not. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you guys think. I'm very interested. Whenever I say please comment, I do want to hear you guys' thoughts on the video and whatnot. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I hope to see you very, very soon. All right, bye.